G'day, Old Testament viewers. We're looking at Matthew 12, 18 to 21 this time, and we're comparing it to Isaiah 42, verses 1 to 4. So in Matthew 12, we're looking at how Jesus is going through, and he's healed all who were ill. He warned them not to tell others about him. This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. Here is my servant whom I have chosen, the one I love, in whom I delight. I will put my spirit on him, and he will proclaim justice to the nations. He will not quarrel or cry out. No one will hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break, and a smouldering wick he will not snuff out, till he has brought justice through to victory. In his name the nations will put their hope. And then he healed a blind and a mute, and Jesus healed him when this demon-possessed man was brought to him, and he could now both talk and see. I include that last bit because of where this verse in Isaiah 42 goes. So do not wait. That's not the one. Isaiah 42 verse 1. The servant of the Lord. Here is my servant whom I uphold, my chosen one in whom I delight. I will put my spirit on him, and he will bring justice to the nations. He will not shout or cry out or raise his voice in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break, and a smouldering wick he will not snuff out. In faithfulness he will bring forth justice. He will not falter or be discouraged till he establishes justice on the earth. In his teaching the islands will put their hope. This is what the God the Lord says, the creator of the heavens, who stretches them out, who spreads out the earth with all that springs from it, who gives breath to its people and life to those who walk on it. I, the Lord, have called you in righteousness. I will take hold of your hand. I will keep you and make you to be a covenant for the people and a light for the Gentiles, to open the eyes that are blind, to free captives from prison, and to release from the dungeon those who sit in darkness. Sing to the Lord a new song, his praise from the ends of the earth. Let the wilderness and its town raise their voices, let them give glory for a long year. Man, it's good. It's a good verse, and very freeing, very much a prophecy come true. Isaiah 42, the fact that a bruised reed he will not break, he won't raise his voice in the streets. That's a different sign, that changes him. This prophecy changes and separates him from John the Baptist. It's in that time. That's probably a very important clarification. And obviously we've heard of in previous ones how Elijah was prophesied to return again, and that's who the Jewish people were waiting for Elijah to come back. And I think maybe even still, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, so Jesus coming and fulfilling this prophecy, a servant, one in whom he delights. We remember that picture of Jesus being baptized, coming out of the water, and hearing similar words to that, the one whom God the Father delights in. And bringing justice to the nations is interesting. I like that it's this new justice, and it's the fact that Jesus is going to pay that justice, and it's not like eye for eye, tooth for tooth. It's this new justice. It's God paid, and I like that. Also interesting that in his teaching, the islands will put their hope. So I think in a more immediate point of view, the Isaiah 42 prophecy was probably talking about an island nearby. The prophet Isaiah, who was probably about to go and preach and serve there. Whereas it's interesting that also into the islands, of course, later when the missionaries go to the islands, they put their hope. A lot of those countries put their hope in God as well. So prophecies on prophecies, apply them and hear them, listen to them, but they're cool. And I'm happy that the blind and the mute man who was demon possessed, he was healed by Jesus, and he could talk and see immediately. So yeah, that's the amazing grace. Blind, but now he can see.